Okay, so are you playing any games right now?
Just select some time to pass the time. I want to start The Last of Us too, but I don't know.
What's your
I
platform?
um Nintendo Switch.
The Switch is like the best console. I love it. I didn't know you could play The Last of Us on Switch.
No, no, Celeste on the
Let
Switch.
me see.
The Last of Us PlayStation.
You have both? Wow, you're so rich.
My brother has like the well, we got together, but the Switch he buy.
He bought himself.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's my favorite console because it fosters fun, you know? Usually like games, other consoles like PlayStation and Xbox, they feature very serious games that we don't have a lot of fun with. Like there's a story and there's a progress and there's some kind of fun in that. But nowadays, I hardly engage in that kind of game. I like games that are usually collaborative. A lot of collaborative games, like playing with other people, not against them usually, just with them. And I don't know. Switch is so creative too, like the ability to just connect it to a dock and be able to continue a game on the TV and just take it away with you and play anywhere. Also, the ability to not needing to hold your hands together like this. You can just play lying down like this. Like the both controllers are in your hands and your hands are down or you're laying on a bed. And it's both interesting and democratic in a way because people who cannot move their arms can also play. You know, people who cannot hold something like this, like some kind of paralysis, and then they could join the gaming world now. All you have to do is move your fingers, and yeah, it's quite interesting.
yeah. It's nice to play with the other person, but there's a game you need to have another Switch to play.
Yeah,
Yeah,
this is great too. The ability to actually your friend can bring over their controllers and you can connect all of them to the same device and keep on playing it. Like you can play, for example, Mario Kart, right, with 8 players, for instance.
yeah. Like Animal Crossing, you have to do your do your house and you play, and then you can call other person that has a Switch
Nice.
to came to your house and see the things. That's-
And see the things. Oh, I mean,
Yeah,
like
in my island.
virtual house.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. And what do you do this Animal Crossing? Like, I imagine you creating new animals. Is that what you do?
No, it is you create a city,
Oh, I see.
your house that is a museum. You can plant things.
Like,
It's like this game on Facebook. Do your farm.
it was quite popular. But it's a real time game, right? Because it doesn't end in one day. So like you
Yeah,
play it as if it were a life.
like
And
you don't have a real life. You can have your life on Switch.
and I used to play Age of Empires. You know,
Ah, yeah.
yeah, George. It was a nice
I remember
game.
this one. Yeah, it's cool.
It was that, but sped up. You know, like in 2 or 3 hours you finished your game.
Hmm.
You would grow a civilization and you would face enemies and you either win or lose after that. And the map was limited. It had to either be conquered or conquered. And yeah, but now like you kind of play that, but throughout generations, like it takes a long time. Do you ever finish that game?
When I played it, no, I don't think so.
No, I
I
mean
had
like
like
Camila, like do you is that game finishable? Is that
No, I guess no. I guess not. It's just to create things. You can change your. You can invite people to live on your island too. It's just to pass the time.
Yeah, like these games are getting more and more popular, like these endless games, right? This is a Second Life, I would say. There's even a game called Second Life that never end. You don't beat the game. You just beat yourself over and over, like getting better and better, as in life. But I don't know if you have, yeah, it's a kind of game. I like playing endless games for like, which are also called casual games. There's games that are very simple to play on the phone. All I have to do is tap the screen. For example, Flappy Bird. You know, it's virtually endless. You can play that forever. You're never going to beat it. It's going to be your own record and other people's records.
Candy Crush.
Candy Crush as well, yes. Also, there's Angry Bird 2, I think. It's endless. And I'm not much of a fan of those games for a long time because I get bored. I want to finish it. I want to get past it. And yeah, Camis, you were saying that you like to do every little thing. I'm not that kind of person. I just like to get past things. Like, oh, is that enough to finish that level? Okay, next level. Like sometimes I do, oh, I need to get 3 stars in this thing. But when I realize it's too hard, okay, it's enough to pass. Let's move on. I just want to pass to the next level and finish something. The sensation of finishing is stronger than completing every task.
Yeah, there is this game you can. It is impossible to catch all the treasures. Like I don't like to like go on internet and go detonado. I don't like to do this, but I like to explore the game and what?
You know, explain what that is?
Like when you search for someone that finished the game and catch all the things in the game. I don't like to play and then go internet and search where is the treasures. But I like to explore the game and find by myself. If I cannot do this, okay, next phase. I like game with history, like Zombie Raider, Horizon, The Last of Us,
Horizon Zero Dawn.
Horizon. Right? Yeah, Horizon.
And
Uncharted.
you call that gameplay. Like you can watch, you can go on YouTube and watch the gameplay. So you can see every little detail of the game. I used to do that sometimes for God of War when I used to play that in the PlayStation 2. Did you play God of War, George?
So I played a little bit of it. Yeah, I recall the first one at least, but I don't know a lot about it. But I do. I like the gameplay. I think the graphics are amazing. I love how they introduced a lot of the mythological ideas. There's a Greek mythology in a video game. That's awesome. I know some of my friends love the God of War games, but I never really got that much into it. But I still think it's an awesome game.
And God of War had a lot of hidden treasures, right? Like since you didn't have control of the camera, you couldn't look at things from all angles. So you had to kind of risk into walls and alleys and trying to find new angles and new ways to find new treasures. And I would sometimes see some tutorials on Google to read how to find those things. And yeah, but I didn't. My brother is a completely different kind of gamer than I am. He's changing now. No, he isn't. But he's just playing less. But he doesn't have fun playing games. I do. I like to have fun. I like to have to spend time, to pass time playing the game, not to get pissed off. You know, he gets very angry when he's playing. So he curses, he screams, he hits stuff, punches walls.
I get pissed off when I watch someone playing that. Oh, you don't know how to play. You saw this.
We didn't get very so upset. Like George, she's mentioning she's referring to a day that we played a board game at her house. It was quite fun. I was in St. Louis like 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
We did a board game called what is it called?
Catan.
Catan. Yeah. It is a fun game.
Interesting.
Like when I play a game, then I know how to do the things. But my sister started the game now, and she was playing, and I was like, "Oh my god, it's not that way. You don't know how to play. You're dying."
Yeah, but let them lose, you know. I used to cringe. There's a word for you, Camis. Cringe. When you look at something that bothers you and you want to do something about it, you know, it's you cringe. Like I used to cringe a lot when people would play a game badly, but now I don't. Like let them lose. Let them learn by doing, you know. And I'm a firm believer of learning by doing.
Mm-hmm.
This is like George, for context as well. We were playing that game at Camis' house, and her brother was actually saying every step of what our friend had to do, Vanessa. And I would do this, do that, do this, do that, like every little thing. And then even Camila said that, and I agreed. Like let her lose, and learning losing. You know, it's better to lose learning than to win not learning. You know?
Mm-hmm.
If she learns in losing, maybe she can win next time. But she will be independent.
Yeah.
And yeah.
Yeah.
Let them lose. Let them fall. Let them die.
Yeah.
In that context, it's quite innocent to say let them die, right?
Yeah, just let them die, let them suffer. But suffering is, I guess, it's the key element of living, of life, right? What is life without suffering? You don't learn anything.
Yeah.
It's not to say that you should make others suffer, but I think this is a big contradiction, though, right? Because if you get angry, this is a big problem with CS, like CS:GO, because you have all these people, all these teenagers, all of a sudden are like, I don't know, 5-star generals in warfare in CS:GO, telling you what you should have done, what you could have done in that situation. Like they're all specialists. So it's like, yeah, but okay, you have your teenage angst. Keep it to yourself. You don't need to throw it out there and spread it around. It's weird, you know. I don't know. Without new people playing the game, you're not going to learn. Everyone starts from somewhere, right?
I see.
So.
Did you play it?
Sorry.
Did you play CS:GO?
Not really. Not so much anymore.
But you still have it on my computer?
Yes. It's still there.
It's free to download, right?
It's a what? Sorry, I didn't hear you.
It's free to download. You just
yes,
get.
It is. Now it is. Yeah, that's true. You can just download it for free. And play
It's
online.
Like 7 gigabytes.
Yeah, I don't know what the specs are for exactly. But
yeah. Not that on Steam. It's 27 gigabytes. It's quite large. But if my computer runs it, because I'm considering it for the Gothic Globe for Gaming thing, if we make it like at first, I would only be able to play indie games. because that's what my computer runs.
Mm.
Maybe as it works, I can buy a console or a better computer to play games.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the latter because I need a better computer. This one's old. It's getting on, poor thing.
About time. You have a desktop?
I don't have a desktop. This is just a laptop, Samsung laptop. It's run of the mill. It's stood the test of time. It's still working, still going strong since 2012, I think.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah. A long time
So,
for a Windows laptop, you know. For a Mac, it doesn't change much. I used to have a 2013 one. It was like new. It did break, but because of use, you know. But it doesn't get any slower or anything like that. Now I have another Mac Air, and it's 2015, and it's holding strong. What I like the most about it is how light it is, and how good the battery life is, and how compact it is. You know, it's perfect for a nomad who likes to work from anywhere.
Yeah, it's practical.
So, guys, I think we can wrap up for today. Camis, you saw the video about procrastination and everything, right? So you know why we were talking about procrastination. About maybe we can mention this dopamine detox. Like, do you do that, George? Ever? Like, do you abstain from doing anything highly stimulating so you can tone down your levels of dopamine and be able to do harder things again?
Well, I guess one method that I tend to use, for example, I'm a strong believer in meditation. I do practice this every day on a daily basis. Over the holiday period, I've been a little bit more online than usual, but during the semester, I normally spend maybe 1, maybe 2 days offline. And since I don't talk to anyone on WhatsApp, for example, because this for me is the biggest temptation, right? So if someone sends me a message, like I have this hankering to answer what they said to me, like I need to respond to this person now because I've seen the message, right? So if to have this offline, it's all good. You know, I can relax. I don't need to answer anyone because I think there are many like celebrities or famous people who they prioritize the other things before they start answering people on WhatsApp in the morning. Like, so they get up, make breakfast, go to the gym, or read or study, do whatever they have to do, and then later on, when they have time, they answer people on WhatsApp. So it's a form of at least reducing your time, if you like, online, because it's quite stressful if you think about it. You've got like even 10 people sending you messages, and you have to answer everyone, and you're involved in. If we had like 10 people here dialoguing with this, right? So Camila says something to you, and I say something to you, and then 3 more people start saying something to you, Gustav, and then 5 more people start saying it, and then you have to talk to all these people at the same time.
Yeah, and you can choose to have a less reactive attitude towards the internet, right? If you leave your notifications on, you can, like, every time someone sends you a message, you're gonna look at the phone, and this kills a lot of time. This wastes a lot of time because it's much more productive to do things in bulk. To look, okay, this time is the time to answer WhatsApp messages, and then you spend 30 minutes answering messages, and then you don't touch your phone until the next time. You don't touch at least WhatsApp until the next time you need to do that. So you take control of the information, and okay, now I want to see that, and I will see it again later. You know, I tend to fail on that many times. You know, I'm quite reactive to Instagram mainly. So whenever there's a notification, I see it right away. But nowadays, in order to create content on Instagram, you don't even have to be there. You don't even have to have the app. Only for stories. even without it, there are some apps that allow you to post stories without opening Instagram. So you can uninstall it from your phone and not use Instagram, just create content, you know.
Cool.
And I've been trying to be less like how much more content I can create for Instagram if I don't use Instagram. You know, it's quite it's a bit counterintuitive, but if I'm not going on the explore page and browsing for hours, and I get my information from things I can control, like things I can search, and instead of being reactive to random information, how much more can I create? You know.
Sure.
I have a book on the topic of procrastination called O Procrastinador Produtivo, and it basically helps you change your environment and change the make difficult things harder and make less productive things harder and make more productive things easier. So it's much easier to eat better if you don't have a chocolate cake at home, because you won't have to depend on your willpower. You don't have to decide whether or not you should have a chocolate cake because you don't have it. So and I realized that I'm not very. I don't usually spend too much time writing, but when I'm offline, I write a lot. I noticed that when I first moved into my new flat and there was no Wi-Fi, so I had to just do something that I could do, and I wrote like 15 texts in a couple hours, you know, because I had no other distractions, no other things I could consume or do, because it was out of my environment. So the easiest way to change your actions is by changing your environment and not depending on your willpower, because your decision energy is finite. The end. You start the day. Oh, I'll eat very well. I'm so productive. I'm the owner of my behavior. I will change now. And then after the average of 35,000 decisions you make every day, at the end of the day, you have run out of that energy, and you cannot control your actions anymore. You know, you can, but it's harder. And now the chocolate cake is in the fridge, and you're tired, and you feel like you did a lot of work today. You studied a lot today. You feel that you deserve to be rewarded for that, and then you have the chocolate cake. You know, and you can solve that by not having it. So this is basically the whole lesson of the book. Besides the lessons, there are some worksheets that you can download and actually write down your goals and make them happen.
Nice, excellent.
I'll give you guys the link if you want to buy it. It's on Amazon.
Fantastic. Check that out.
Okay, guys, I think we can wrap it up for now. It's great having you over, George. Like, I hope we can.
No, I appreciate it. Thank you very much for the invite. It was very cool. I enjoyed it. Pleasure to meet you as well, Camila. I hope to stay in contact. Yeah. Check us out as well on Instagram, Zarathustra. George as well. I'm on the Coffee Club as well, Instagram, and he's in Gustav's Instagram.
Okay.
Where does that logo come from?
Zarathustra. So we decided on the colors, yeah, myself and Daisy. Let me see. Let's remind myself the logo.
Oh, there you are. There's a video here. Nice.
I believe it's the star, right? The directions, the 4 directions, well, more than the 4 directions, yeah. So there are many possibilities, and you can go in all different directions.
Interesting.
I guess as well, because it represents, right, as we're in the midst of finishing an ebook at the moment, myself and Daisy. One of the tasks that we put in this ebook, amongst many other tasks to do with language learning, is like the myth of the sea, because the sea in itself represents the language learning journey. So when you're at sea, yeah, it's a type of adventure, right, that you're going through, and there are ups and downs all the time. Yeah, there are many challenges that you come across. And for some people, they have smoother journeys than others. Yeah, other people go through large, shall we say, large thunderstorms. Yeah, and so blue obviously represents water, life, and sea in this sense. And the compass is directions. Yeah,
George,
like
as
direction.
a brand professional now, newly certified. They actually before even that, I noticed that the coffee club does that. The easiest way to innovate is by mixing two words. So I mixed coffee and English, and you have another word to mix already, which is navigation. So, and one of the easiest ways to differentiate yourself is by using words from that universe. So, like even without sorry. Instead of calling your followers something generalistic like guys, you can call them specific, like hey sailors, you know, and your mission statement can have to do with that, you know, like we help lost sailors find land in English speaking or something like this, you know. It can involve, it can mix up the two words. And you can bring other stuff like emblems, like habits, like cultures, like words and stuff into the English learning experience. And that really has you stand out from the rest.
Oh.
Okay. We can have a call focused on that so I can maybe come up with some other tips.
Fantastic.
Okay. Perfect. Did you write them down?
Yes. Just made some notes here. I always love writing down these kind of things. I have a terrible memory, so it helps me juggle memory when I need to.
Perfect. Okay, guys, so it's great to be with you. Enjoy the rest of your day, and see you next time.
Over and out.
Okay.
See you guys.
Bye.